What's up everyone, here's my guide on the Verdant Oracle class in Blue Protocol Star Resonance. We're going to start on an overview of the class, then go over both the DPS Thorn Slash and the healing specializations, their respective skills, talents, and class mechanics. And finally, we're going to end with my personal thoughts on the class, and let's get into it. So the Verdant Oracle is one of the two healer slash support classes in BPSR. It's a fully ranged class that manages both energy and flower buds to augment either their own DPS or healing. The class is pretty straightforward to play and easy to understand. So let's go over the skills for Verdant Oracle, but let's keep in mind that talents in your talent tree will add special effects or change how some skills function. Ivy Mastery is your basic attack combo. Next is Savage Bloom, which is your special attack. Not only does it do damage to enemies, it also heals you, and auto target heals allies with the lowest HP around you, prioritizing group members. It uses 20 energy on cast. So next up is going to be your ultimate skill, and I'm entirely sure that this translation is completely wrong. This is your strongest heal. Understrain Seed is a damage skill that slows targets by 30% and restores 30 energy when used. It has 2 charges. Infusion is the channel damage skill that limits your movement and can also be interrupted. Your next skill is Nourish. This is an AoE heal over time. Next is Regeneration Pulse. This is another AoE heal that also dispels. Forest Prayer is the channeled AoE heal that costs 40 energy. Energized Bloom does 3 things. It stuns enemies around you, it also damages them, and it heals people around you as well. Nature's Shelter gives you and members of your group a shield. And your last skill is Accelerated Growth. It increases your magic attack power and reduces the cooldown on your skills. So starting out with the DPS spec, Thorn Slash style revolves around managing your energy while gaining as many flower buds as you can to increase the damage of your DPS skills, while also allowing you to proc your Stag Rush skill and to naturally provide buffs, healing, and shields. So when choosing your loadout for either the DPS spec or the healing spec, you're going to want to pick skills that synergize with their respective talent trees. I won't be going over the entire talent tree for each spec because first, it would take way too long, and second, some of the translations makes it difficult to understand what a talent actually does. But I'll go over some of the synergies between your loadouts and the talent trees. So your first 3 skills are static and they can't be changed. In the DPS spec, your special attack Savage Bloom places a mark on enemies that allows you and your party members to receive healing when marked enemies are attacked. With a certain talent, your ultimate skill changes to also do damage to enemies. First skill in your loadout is going to be Understrain Seed. Understrain Seed provides damage and constantly gives you energy back. Some talent synergies give Understrain Seed a damage over time effect, and also has the buff to damage of other skills in your loadout. The second skill is going to be Infuse. Talent synergies buff Infuse's damage by a good amount and buffs the damage done by Regenerative Pulse. The skill is going to be Regenerative Pulse. Regenerative Pulse has talents where it pulses twice and will now cause damage. And the last skill in your loadout is going to be Nature's Shelter. Nature's Shelter synergizes with the talent tree by giving it more charges and reducing its cooldown when you use Regenerative Pulse. So I do want to note that there are other talents that provide additional healing and other effects, but these are the skills that specifically synergize with the Thorn Slash specialization. The other talents provide their effects regardless of the skills in your loadout. Again, I'm not going to go over the entire talent tree because it would take way too long and some of the translations are scuffed. Again, the main focus of Thorn Slash is to build flower buds by using Wild Bloom and basic attacks, and by picking up energy balls from defeated enemies when you obtain the talent, to increase the damage of skills, and then to proc Stag Rush. So Stag Rush becomes available when this green number reaches 10, and in order to get this green number to reach 10, you need to use either your ultimate skill Unbridled Seed, or Infusion when you have flower buds available. The healing spec of Verdant Oracle revolves mainly, but not exclusively, around using your special attack, Life Bloom, using the synergies within the talent tree to increase the healing output of your skills for maximum effectiveness, while also utilizing your flower buds to boost the healing done by your skills. You also provide buffs for you and your allies as well. So again, your first 3 skills can't be changed and are static. Your special attack Wild Bloom becomes Life Bloom, which now has a cast time and provides more healing, but does not do damage. Life Bloom has a staggering number of talents that synergize with it, so keeping track of how and what skills affect Life Bloom is critical to maximizing its effective use. Your ultimate skill has a talent that changes it to Life Surge, which completely removes any cooldowns you have on your healing skills and increases your attack power. First skill in your loadout is Energized Bloom. Energized Bloom has talents that allows your Life Bloom to be instacast and do increased healing, and to also not consume any energy. There's also a talent that makes Energized Bloom restore energy. The next skill is going to be Nourish. Nourish has talents that allows it to provide a large amount of additional healing, to stack in effectiveness, and to provide additional buffs to you and allies such as damage reduction. The next skill is mostly going to be Forest Prayer, or if you need to dispel, Regenerative Pulse. Forest Prayer has the talent that gives Life Bloom a chance to not consume any energy, and can also provide additional healing through synergies with other skills and talents. And finally, the last skill is Accelerated Growth. Some talent synergies include additional energy recovery for its duration. There are other notable talents to mention, such as a talent that creates a field of grass around you if you stand still for a certain amount of time while you're in combat, that provides buffs such as haste and increased movement speed. There's another talent that gives you a flower every 45 seconds. There are 3 types of flowers that you get in a specific order, with each providing unique buffs such as a cooldown reduction to the next skill used, increased healing done, and having Life Bloom provide a shield as well. The healing spec for Verdant Oracle is something that I'd say is pretty easy to play, but will take time to master. What you're going to have to keep in mind of, besides managing your energy, is the synergy between your skills and talents in order to provide the maximum amount of effective healing. So knowing which skills to use in which order is going to be essential in playing this class and spec. Also keeping track of your buffs, the added awareness of standing in your field of grass, and utilizing the flowers you obtain every 45 seconds correctly add more to the skill ceiling of the spec. So while yes, you can mash buttons and heal, the more you synergize the class as a whole, the more effective you'll be. So my overall thoughts on Verdant Oracle, I mean, it's a class that's safe, it has some nice looking skills and effects, and it provides excellent healing and support. The DPS spec is very easy to play and understand, and while the healing spec has a good number of things to keep track of, I found it to be fun to use the correct synergy to provide the best effective healing. This is probably the class I played during global launch. Thanks for watching, guys. I know this guide was pretty basic. I know when we get the full global release that the DPS spec is going to have a dedicated rotation to follow, and the heal spec might have a priority system that you guys want to follow as well. But with the scuff translations, I didn't want to invest all that time and effort into doing that now, when things can change when we get the full global release. Anyways, I hope to see you guys during the beta, or if you don't make it, during the full global release. Take care, guys.